Hello and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Natasha Kirchek here with the latest news from Israel.
It's been a busy 2 days in Israel as U.S. President Donald Trump has been going all over Jerusalem making speeches and shutting down roads. Just this morning, he was in Bethlehem with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, where he avoided endorsing or even mentioning a Palestinian state. And this afternoon, he gave a well-received speech at the Israeli Museum in Jerusalem to conclude his Israeli tour. He's still avoiding the phrase Palestinian state, and there's a lot here for the Israeli right to love. From emphasizing the ties of the Jewish people to Jerusalem to a fierce condemnation of Iranian leadership, a lot of Trump's speech could have come out of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's mouth. Yossi Dagan, head of the Shomron Regional Council, says that the speech gives tacit U.S. approval to renewed settlement construction in Jerusalem and the West Bank. Trump is of course calling for a peace agreement between Israelis and Palestinians, but he's speaking in generalities of determination and compromise, avoiding any concrete details. Considering the recent spat over the status of the Western Wall preceding Trump's trip, the Netanyahu government is probably pretty happy about how Trump's visit went. U.S. President Donald Trump's 28-hour visit to Israel and the West Bank is officially over, as Air Force One took off from Ben Gurion Airport around 4:25 p.m. this afternoon. Trump's action-packed trip brought him to various religious and national sites in Jerusalem. However, a planned visit to the Church of the Nativity was canceled, and his time at Yad Vashem was abbreviated. Trump was greeted by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Reuven Rivlin at the airport around 4. At that time, roads in Jerusalem opened and airspace over Israel closed until his departure. From Israel, Trump is flying to Rome, where he'll also stop in Vatican City. We're still not so sure how a man known for his love of well-done steak with ketchup will fare in a gastronomical center like Italy. Residents of the Israeli capital of Jerusalem are generally happy with Donald Trump's visit to their city, but they're happy for the inconvenience to be over. With large sections of the old city closed off yesterday and major road closures, a lot of shopkeepers have been closed down for the last 2 days, and they're eager to get back to business. Major streets like King David and the Hebron Road were closed off for much of the last 2 days, and taking public transit wasn't a great workaround. Throughout the day, the Jerusalem Light Rail was running incomplete routes, with several regular stations getting bypassed during Trump's visit to Yad Vashem. As Trump flies over to Rome and Vatican City, Jerusalemites can take relief in the fact that the disruptions are now other people's problems. A 26-year-old Israeli police officer was reportedly stabbed in the neck by a Palestinian assailant in the coastal city of Netanya this morning. The assailant was shot and neutralized and has been taken into custody. Israeli police say the attack was likely an act of terror motivated by nationalism. The incident comes on the second and final day of President Donald Trump's visit to Israel. According to a paramedic at the scene, the victim was fully conscious and, despite the stab wound, is in light condition. Last year, Israel was affected by the stabbing intifada with some 177 stabbings and 117 attempted stabbings by Palestinians toward Israelis since September of 2015. The attacks were motivated by incitement against Israeli presence on the Temple Mount. In September of 2015, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas accused Israelis of desecrating Al-Aqsa with their filthy feet. Israel's well known as a country where you have to be pushy to get what you want, and this chutzpah ethic led to some awkward moments at U.S. President Donald Trump's welcoming ceremony at Ben Gurion Airport yesterday. According to foreign ministry officials, several mayors and politicians managed to infiltrate the area, reserved only for senior government officials. Foreign ministry organizers criticized the Likud politicos who turned the ceremony into a disgraceful, shameful sham. Worst of all, Knesset prankster Oren Chazan, in addition to procuring an unauthorized selfie with the U.S. president, sat in a chair reserved for Trump advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner. Minister organizers asked him to move, but Chazan refused, and presumably, he was already planning to take his now viral presidential selfie, which is approaching 20,000 likes on Facebook.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Natasha Kirchek, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.